I love to travel. That's my great passion. And responsible travel, for me, is the most enjoyable way I found to travel because it brings me closer to local people and local cultures. But it also does so in a more respectful way. And it shares some of the benefits of tourism more widely with local communities. And it minimises some of the negative impacts that tourism can often have. It's not perfect because all tourism, no matter what type, has positive and negative impacts. What responsible travel and tourism does is maximise the benefits of tourism and reduces some of the negatives. Essentially, there's three types of benefits and problems that tourism can create. The first one is economics. And what we're trying to do is increase the spread of the benefits of tourism into local communities, so more of the cost of your holiday stays in local people's hands. The second area is the environmental area, and of course what we're trying to do is reduce water use, energy wastage. We're trying to support local conservation projects. We're trying to avoid stuff like pumping sewage out into beautiful bays. The last area is the cultural impacts of tourism, and I think we've all seen places which have been swamped by tourism and the culture has been damaged, and how tourism can run roughshod over local cultures and local peoples. Tourism is absolutely vital to the economies of many countries around the world. World Tourism Organization says that 1 in 12 people are directly or indirectly employed in tourism. And the countries that are doing best, places where we want to go, are in fact developing countries. And for them, tourism is one of their most important industries. Not only that, but many of the conservation projects around the world, both natural and cultural heritage, are funded through income from us, from tourists, and the tourism pound or the tourism dollar. So tourism is very important for livelihoods, for communities, for jobs, and for conservation of cultural and natural heritage around the world. Responsible tourism, for me, is a more enjoyable way to travel, essentially because I travel to discover things about places and to have experiences. And when I go to Africa, rather than zooming around in a minibus with a guide from England, what I prefer to do is go walking with the Maasai, because that gives me an insight into their lives. They teach me tracking. They're the best trackers in the world, and I know they go home having a little bit of money from tourism. Or when I stay in the UK, I'd rather go and stay on a beautiful organic farmhouse and go out and spend time with them, learning a little bit about how they produce food, as well as kicking back and relaxing, because that for me is just learning about places and people. And that's what I love about travel and tourism. It's the heart of it for me. And responsible tourism, because it's built around this idea of local experiences, local produce, local guides, local experiences, distinctive places, learning about what makes places different and magical. That's why it's such a wonderful way to travel. The types of holidays I suggest that people think very carefully before they take are the ones in which, in a stampede for profits, local people, environments are completely run over and destroyed. And it's that single-minded pursuit of the tourism dollar at any expense which I think causes the biggest problem for local people and for destinations. And in some cases the holidays are designed in such a way that most of the money doesn't end up in the tourism destination. It leaks out and it comes back home with the tour company, the travel agent or the airline. And those holidays do very little for local people except for damage their cultures and environments. Those are the holidays I think that more of us should be avoiding. My tips for tourists in terms of travelling responsibly are this. First of all, if you're travelling with an organised tour company, make sure that company has a policy for responsible tourism. If you book it via us, you can guarantee that that's the case. And secondly, if you're travelling either with one of those companies or independently, is to think local. Think small scale, think local. Stay in locally owned accommodation, eat in local restaurants, get off that beaten path and discover what is magical about those places, and travel with respect, because travelling with respect earns you respect. Read up on local customs and cultures. You'll be more informed, you'll learn more, and you'll avoid any potential problems that you might create for local people. So travel with respect earns you respect. Think local about everything you do. You'll have a wonderful time and more enjoyable holiday, but you'll also not fall foul of any problems with local cultures or people.